Hi, Gaye DeRusso with the Majestic Rider. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a round pen. This is a round pen from Tractor Supply. It has interlocking inches, so that's going to go into this, and I'll show you how that works. It's lightweight, so it's not super strong, but it's good for me because I've taken it to all the barns I go to. So I have my own round pen, and then I do this all by myself, and I'm not big. I can pick them up. They're not that heavy, and that's why they're not that strong, but it's still good for regular horses, not aggressive or horses that break things. So what you do is you take them and you line them up so they'll be interlocking and pretty close. You kind of get your circle set up, but you're going to change it, trying to make it as round as you can. Of course, if somebody puts in nice footing for you, that's a plus. Do that first before you set up the round pen. It makes it much easier with a base, and then sand or your footing on top of it. Of course, here we just put it on dirt, and then we put some sand on top because that's what they gave me. So I just do with what I have. So mine may be similar to yours. At least it's a flat surface. Flat is much better than a hill, especially if you're going to be riding it in it or working on gait and canter. But you do what you got to do. All right, so I'm going to show you part of it set up. I'm going to pick the big one up first, and then the gate, because I can lean the big one against my back, but it'll be too hard to pick up once I already have the gate up. Okay, so I just have my phone propped up on a fence. You do have to sometimes lift them up or wiggle them around. You can see I'm flipping some of them over because I lined them up wrong. That's no big deal. You'll see where the hinge part is and how it's going to interlock, and I'll show you that towards the end. So I put up half on one side. I'm going to put half on the other side because it'll be easier for me to maneuver to try to make it a little bit more round. And again, these are from Tractor Supply. I think it cost about $2,000 when I bought it. It might be more expensive now. And these are the lightweight interlocking ones. I'll try to put a link in there. I don't get anything from this. I'm just trying to help you guys. And when you put footing in, especially with Gaited, you don't need it too deep. Too deep will help the pacey ones, but it will also exhaust your horse. So I usually only put maybe 2 to 3 inches at most of footing in there. It's going to dig up and break down, so you got to replace it over time. And you want to check it every once in a while, like every 3 months or so. Go in with a ruler, see how deep it is, because you might have to remove some footing because it might have dug some stuff up. Trotty horses go better with less footing, so you might only want to put an inch in or two if you know you have a trotty gaited horse. And if it's pacey, you might want to put in 3 inches or put poles in there to help you with its gaits. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So not perfect, but pretty good. You don't have to do it all in one day like I just did, because this, even though it's light, it can still hurt your back if you're older. I'm going to back up so you can see, but you can put it up or put half of it up and then just try to make it rounder and test your horse in it. If it's having problems going around, then you probably didn't make it round enough. Okay, I have 13 panels, a little bit smaller, but this is probably about 50 feet. It used to be about 60 feet. This is what the interlocking system looks like. So they're on the top and the bottom. And I'm going to show you the gate one, which is the one I'm looking at right now. It's a little hard to demonstrate on. That's the hardest one. So I'm going to show you a different one. And what they do is kind of raise up. I'm going to wiggle this because it's in a little tight now. Okay, this one's a little easier. So you'll see the little washers. Those are going to stay on. They're not going to come off. You just wiggle this out. And you see that's what it looks like when it's not connected at all. Okay? And then you're going to pull this back in. I'm going to try and do that with my legs so I can hold the camera. And then it's already in your top one, so it's going to go there. And then, hang on one second. Sorry, I couldn't hold it and do it in videotape. So then it went through there, and then you just push it down through here. Just wiggle it if it won't go. If that won't work, lift your gate up a little bit. I'm lifting it up with my foot, and then that'll lock it in, okay? So it won't come apart. But again, these are lightweight, so you don't want a horse that's going to test it or try to jump over it or something like that. But that's it. So if you've been waiting for your husband or friends to come help you set up a round pen, you might want to just buy one of these and do it yourself. Otherwise, you might be waiting forever. Now I'm going to put my horse in here. So now you see the round pen, see the horse in it. So I'm using it as a temporary stall because I have an overlap of horses right now. So you see, he has lots of room. So I think it's a great thing to have. You just can never forget this is not heavy steel. It's not a permanent fixture. It's something to use, but to make sure the horse isn't going to test it because it is bendable and breakable because it's lightweight. But that's why I could move it. All right, hope that helps all of you who are looking at round pens.